Hello all, welcome to NSA Maths. So today we are going to start the last unit of this course, Vector Calculus and Differential Equation. Name of the unit is Applications of Partial Differential Equation. As in this course, the first two units are depends on the vector calculus, and the last four units, that means from unit number 3 to unit number 6, these all are on the differential equation. In unit number 3 to unit number 5, we will learn the different methods to solve the differential equation. Now in this last unit, that is unit number 6, so we are going to learn applications of this partial differential equation in engineering field. So what are the syllabus contents? So in this unit we are going to learn one dimensional heat equation, that is also called in short heat equation, then wave equation, then two dimensional heat equation, that is also called as the Laplace equation, telephone equation and radio equation. Then let's start with the one dimensional heat flow equation or heat equation. Simply we can say heat equation. So the heat equation is given by dA by U by dA by T is equals to C square dA by square U by dA by T square. Here U is a function of T and X. Here actually X is there. dA by U by dA by T is equals to C square into dA by square U by dA by X square. So U is a function of T and X, where U is a temperature. U is notation for the temperature. It is a dependent variable, and that temperature is depend on the T. T is the time, and X is the distance. Okay, at what distance and what time, what is the temperature, that is the value of U. That means the U is depends on T and X. T and X are independent variables. Now we can also replace this U by V. V is the voltage. So we will get the equation as dA by square V by dA by X square is equals to RC dA by V by dA by T. So for voltage we can write the equation as dA by square V by dA by X square is equals to RC dA by V by dA by T, where R is the resistance and C is the capacitance. And for current we can write dA by square I by dA by X square is equals to RC dA by I by dA by T. So these two equations are called the telephone equations. And telephone equation, this is not a new concept. This is a particular part of this one dimensional heat equation. Okay. Then next, what is wave equation? So wave equation is given by dA by square U by dA by T square is equals to C square into dA by square U by dA by X square. Okay. Here U is used for the vibration in the string. Okay. This wave equation, in that U is used for the vibrations, and U is depends on T, that is time, and distance X. That means we have to calculate the value of U, that is vibrations in the spring at particular distance at particular time. So that is a wave equation. This wave equation also can be written as dA by square V by dA by X square is equals to LC into dA by square V by dA by T square. That means when you replace U by V, that is V is used for the voltage, then you will get this equation where L is the inductance, C is the capacitance. Also we can write this equation for the current I, dA by square I by dA by T square, dA by X square is equals to LC dA by square I by dA by T square. So these two equations are called radio equations. Radio equation. So radio equation, this is also not a new concept. This is a particular case of wave equation. We can form a radio equation by using wave equation. And the third main topic is two-dimensional heat equation. That is also say that Laplace equation. That is given by dA by square U by dA by X square plus dA by square U by dA by Y square equals to 0. So in this unit we are going to focus on the one-dimensional heat flow equation, wave equation and two-dimensional heat flow equation in this three topic. So let's start with the first topic, So what is first topic? That is one dimensional heat flow equation. In short, we can also say it is heat equation. So heat equation is given by dA by U by dA by T is equals to C square into dA by square U by dA by X square. It is called heat equation. Now its general solution, its most general solution is given by U of xt, that is U is a function of x and t, where U is used for the temperature at any time and at any distance x. E is equals to C4 cos mx plus C5 sin mx e raised to minus c square m square t. It is a most general solution. By using this general solution only we can solve this one dimensional heat flow equation or heat flow equation or heat equation. So to solve this or this most general solution we require some conditions. So there are some conditions on the heat equation. So subject to the conditions that U of 0 comma t is equals to 0, U of L comma t is equals to 0. So these two are the boundary conditions. That means, for example, suppose there is a rod or there is a bar, okay, of length L. There is a bar of length L, okay, and this first point here x is equals to 0, that is the distance, and here the distance is x is equals to n, second end point, okay. So according to the concept here, U of 0 comma t, that means value of x is 0, okay, value of x is 0, that means first end. There U, value of U is 0, that means temperature is 0 at first end. Similarly, when value of x is L, that is the second end point, the temperature is 0, that means we are keeping both the ends of the rod at 0 temperature. For this end also the temperature is 0, and for this end the value of temperature is 0. So these two are the boundary conditions. And the third condition is the initial conditions, that means U of x comma t, t is equals to 0, that is when time starts, before starting the time, t is 0. The temperature in the rod, that is value of U, is equals to f of x. That means we are going to heat this rod at any point, but before heating the rod there is a natural temperature of the rod, that is f of x. That is the initial conditions. So if these three conditions are given, so by using these three conditions we can find the values of constant C4 and C5 and this em. These are the three constants. We are going to find the value of these three constants by using these three conditions and going to find the general solution. Okay, now let's proceed to the example. First example, find the temperature in a bar of length 2. So just try to draw the bar having length L is equals to 2, okay, whose ends kept at 0, that means here first end x is equals to 0, this here temperature is 0 degree Celsius, value of U is 0, and second end also x is equals to 2, length is 2, whose ends, that means both ends kept at 0 temperature, here also the value of U is 0, this end, and lateral surface, this surface is insulated. If the initial temperature in the rod, that means when time start, before starting the time, initial temperature, that means value of f of x, it is given as sin pi x by 2 plus 3 sin 5 pi x by 2. This is given thing. So by using this we have to find the temperature in the bar at any time and at any point, okay. So for that, so we have to use the one dimensional heat flow equation, since it is a bar, and whenever the bar is given, that we have to use the one dimensional heat equation. So heat equation is given by, heat equation is dA by U by dA by T is equals to C square into dA by square U by dA by X square. Subject to the conditions, what are the conditions are given? Subject to the conditions, first condition is given as value of temperature U is equals to 0 at x is equals to 0, that means value of U comma 0 comma t, value of x is 0 and at any time, so value of U is 0, temperature is 0. This is first condition. second condition is value of u, that is temperature at second end point, that means value of x is 2. So and t is any time, so that time temperature value of u is 0. And third condition, at any distance x, but when temperature is 0, that means initially the temperature is at initial time, at time is 0, so the temperature is this f of x. Value of f of x is sin pi x by 2 plus 3 sin 5 pi x by 2. This is given thing. So by using this we have to solve the given example. So the general solution is given by, this is heat equation. So general solution is given by, what is general solution? U of x comma t is equals to c4 cos mx plus c5 sin mx into e raised to minus c square m square t. Qualified equation number 1. Now we want to use these three conditions and to find the value of C4, C5 and this m. So we start with the first condition, u of 0 comma t, that means value of x is given as 0. So put x is equals to 0. So value of u, that is temperature, is also 0. So value of u is also 0. That means this term is also 0. So when you put in this equation, you will get 0 is equals to c4 cos m into 0, that is cos 0, c5 sin 0 into e raised to minus c square m square t. This is equals to 0 is equals to cos 0 is 1, 1 into c4 you will get c4. Sin 0 is 0, 0 into c5, that term becomes 0, this whole term becomes 0. So you will get e raised to minus c square m square t. Now multiplication of two term is equals to 0. That means either c4 is 0 or e raised to minus c square m square t is equals to 0. So here we are going to take c4 is equals to 0. Why? Because this e raised to minus c square m square t is not equals to 0. Since e raised to minus c square m square t is not equals to 0. Why this term is not equals to 0? If you look at the equation number 1, this term is present here. And if you take e raised to minus c square m square t is equals to 0. So this term 0 multiply by bracket. So whole term becomes 0. And that means whole term becomes 0. You will get value of u of x comma t is equals to 0. That means you will get temperature at any time and any distance is equals to 0. So we required a non-zero solution here, non-zero temperature here. Okay, that's why we are not taking this e raised to minus c square m square t as 0. So you will get here c4 is equals to 0. Put this value of c4 in the last equation, that is equation number 1. Put in 1. So we will get u of x comma t. See here, this last step, when you put c4 is equals to 0 here, this term get cancelled or removed, you will get c5 sin mx into this term. So you will get u of x comma t is equals to c5 sin mx into e raised to minus c square m square t. Qualified second equation, that is updated equation. Now use the second condition. What is second condition? Second condition is u of 2 comma t is equals to 0. That means you have to put value of x is 2. You will get u is equals to 0. So put x is equals to 2. This implies or this gives u is equals to 0. Put in this equation. So value of u is 0. So the left hand side is 0. In the right hand side sin c5 into sin of value of x is 2. So you will get m into 2, that is 2m into e raised to minus c square m square t. Now there are three terms, c5 sin 2m and e raised to minus c square m square t. Out of that, previously already seen that e raised to minus c square m square t, it is not equals to 0. E raised to minus c square m square t, it is not equals to 0. See this equation number 1. c5 also we can't take 0. If you take c5 equals to 0, c5 is multiple to this term. So whole term becomes 0. And whole term becomes 0. That means u of xt equals to 0. We require non-zero solution. So c5 is also not equals to 0. So the remains term sin 2m. We can take sin 2m is equals to 0 because sin 2m is not present here. Here is sin mx and here sin 2m is there. So this term is not present here. So that's why you can take this sine 2m 0. Sine 2m is equals to 0. Now we have to find the value of 2m. Now which angle of sine function becomes 0? We know that sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0, sine 3 pi is 0, sine 4 pi is 0. So we can write sine n pi is 0. So sine 2m is equals to sine of n pi. Okay, it is 0. So you will get value of 2m as n pi. Value of m as n pi by 2, where n is equals to 1, 2, 3 dot dot dot. We are taking different values of n. Now put the value of m in that equation number 2, last equation. So you will get u of x comma t is equals to c5 sine of n pi x by 2 e raised to minus c square. Here is m square, value of m is n pi by 2, so it is n square pi square t upon 4. Okay, here n is equals to 1, 2, 3 dot dot dot. Now in this equation for n is equals to 1, when you put n is equals to 1, we will get a first solution. When you put n is equals to 2, we will get another solution. When you put n is equals to 3 here and here, we will get third solution. Like that we will get infinitely many solutions after putting the values of n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Now we have to combine all these solutions and write the addition of these solutions. So we can add all these solutions as u of xt is equals to, addition is given by summation, n is varies from 1 to infinity. And now for different solutions we have to use a different constant. Here is only one constant as c5. So for different solutions to use a different constant, I am going to use, instead of c5 I am going to use another constant as a bn. Bn into this sine n pi x by 2 e raised to minus c square n square pi square t by 4. Call it as next updated equation as a 3. Here addition of all these solutions, n is equals to 1, we will get different solution, n equals to 2, we will get another solutions, and because of summation we are going to add all these solutions. So we will get the final solution of u of xt. Now only one constant remains, that is bn, and to find the value of bn we have to use the another condition, that is last condition. Which is last condition? We have given that u of x comma 0, that means when t is equals to 0, value of u is sin pi x by 2 plus 3 sin pi x by 2. So put t is equals to 0 now. Value of u is sin pi x by 2 plus 3 sin pi x by 2. Putting this value, we will get u is equals to sin pi x by 2 plus 3 sin pi x by 2 is equals to summation n is varies from 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by 2, and here we are going to put t is equals to 0. When you put t is equals to 0, you will get here e raised to 0. Because of t is equals to 0, this whole term, this whole power of e becomes 0, and we know that e raised to 0 is 1. Okay, so you will get this term. Now look at this term. What we have to find? We have to find the value of bn, and the left hand side is the terms of sine function are there, right hand side also the sine function is there. When this case happens, that means in the left hand side there is a sine function, and in the right hand side also there is a sine function. That time we have to expand this summation. So expand this summation by putting the different values of n. So put n is equals to 1, we will get b1 sin 1 pi x by 2. Then because of summation plus sign, then for n equals to 2, b2 sin 2 pi x by 2. For n equals to 3, b3 sin 3 pi x by 2. For n is equals to 4, b4 sin 4 pi x by 2. For n is equals to 5, b5 sin 5 pi x by 2 plus dot dot dot. We will get different things. Now why I expand these terms up to b5 or fifth term? Since if you see the left hand side, the sine function, here is the sin pi x by 2. We already got sin pi x by 2 in the first term. Actually you have to compare both sides. So you have to compare the terms of sin pi x by 2 and compare the terms of sin pi x by 2 and sin pi x by 2. So you will get sin 2 pi x by 2 in the second term, sin 3 pi x by 2 in the third term, in the fourth term sin 4 pi x by 2, and in the fifth term you will get sin pi x by 2. You have to compare this term with this. That's why I have written these terms up to fifth term. Now comparing both sides, comparing sin pi x by 2, here coefficient is b1, and sin pi x by 2 coefficient is 1. So value of b1 is 1. Then comparing the coefficient of sin 2 pi x by 2, coefficient is b2, and in the left hand side this term is absent. That means coefficient of this term is 0. So b2 is 0. Then sin 3 pi x by 2, coefficient is b3. Here that term is absent, so b3 is 0. Then similarly b4 is also 0. What about b5? Sin 5 pi x by 2, coefficient is b5, and here sin 5 pi x by 2 present here, coefficient is 3. So value of b5 is 3. Then remaining term, next terms are b6. So that terms are absent in the left hand side, so that all terms are 0. That all terms are 0. So only the two coefficients are non-zero, that is first coefficient b1 and b5. These two coefficients are non-zero. Remaining all coefficients becomes 0. So put all these values of b1 and b5 in equation number 3. So how to put the values of b1 and b5 in equation number 3? So you will get u of xt is equals to, therefore u of x comma t is equals to, now no need to write the summation because remaining all values are 0, only b1 is non-zero and b5 is non-zero. When you will get b1, when you put n is equals to 1. So what happens when you put n is equals to 1? You will get b1. b1 is 1 into sine of n, value of n is 1, sin pi x by 2 into e raised to minus c square. Value of n is 1, so n square is 1 into pi square t upon 4. Plus, we will get second, when you put n is equals to 2, we will get b2 into this term, but b2 is 0, plus b3 into the term, b3 is also 0, plus when you put n is equals to 4, b4 into the term, that b4 is also 0, then plus when you put n is equals to 5, you will get b5. Value of b5 is 3 times 3 into sine, value of n is 5, so it is 5 pi x by 2 into e raised to minus c square n square, but n is 5, pi square is 25, so you have to write minus 25 c square pi square t upon 4. Then plus, when you put n is equals to 6, b6 is 0, when you put n is equals to 7, b7 is 0, so all remaining terms are becomes 0, and we will get this as a final solution of given heat equation. This is our final answer. Okay, so remaining examples we will see in the next video. Thank you.